Yo, what's up, guys? Rafe Realm here on SlamZoneSports with Fatal Streams. Go ahead and say hello.
Hello, welcome.
This is also going to be on my channel as well for you guys that like wrestling as well. Make sure to come out. If you're on my channel, make sure to check out SlamZoneSports. Please come out and follow. I'd appreciate that. If you're watching it on my Trovo, please come out and support the YouTube and SlamZoneSports in general and SlamZone Gaming. We got a lot of things happening on both sides, so come out and check us out. All the links will be down below in the description of my channel and SlamZoneSports. So make sure to check out both. I would appreciate it. Come on by, watch some videos, get your favorite beverage, get what you need. We're doing a quick review. It's going to be quick. Anyway, Eddie Kingston, if you guys haven't seen it, he's talking about, I quit AEW. That's the new thing. So as AEW went off the air, Eddie Kingston quit. So I don't know if that's true. That's real. We don't know.
Didn't he just have a big match over in New Japan?
Yes, he did. Against
Jay White.
Jay White, yeah.
And he won that match, did he not?
Yeah. Yeah.
So what's Eddie Kingston's problem? You know, is he just being oversensitive? Is he just being super,
Is it a work or is it a shoot? Because anything with Eddie Kingston is a work and a shoot.
They trying to hype up something so that, because the CM Punk teases are out there.
Yes. CM Punk, I believe, is what I said in a video that's coming up here.
So maybe he's trying to get a rise out of, CM Punk because they had a rivalry.
I also said in the soon to be released video of where is Kenny Omega gonna go. I gave an opinion on it, and I basically said that he may be staying in AEW because that looks like to be the best option for him at this moment of time, because WWE just wants him for the namesake. You don't want him for anything else. They just want him for the namesake. Will he get the push like Cody Rhodes? I don't think so. I really don't think he's going to get the push. I really think Triple H just wants the names to want the name to hurt AEW. I really believe in that. I don't think Kenny's going to get that push like he's expecting.
Sign him, keep him on the shelf, and then, that way nobody else can get him.
I don't know if you agree, because I said in the video, he doesn't fit that WWE mold. He doesn't fit.
He doesn't, and he'll just be somebody who pushes other stars, and that's not where Kenny Omega needs to be. He's been a top guy everywhere he went, and WWE is not going to make him a top guy unless they plan on putting the belts around Cody, bringing Kenny Omega in to face Cody.
True, I did say that. I could see that. I can also see, that when I did that video, I talked about like we're gonna know when the Young Bucks make a move. We're gonna know in somewhat of April, May, June, and July. Right in those months.
I think the first sign will be if the Bucks lose, or the Elite lose the trios titles this Sunday.
Yeah, I can totally see that.
If they lose the trios titles this Sunday to the House of Black, then I think the writing's on the wall that they're thinking about, joining Titanland.
I also see too at Revolution, from Revolution till Double or Nothing, CM Punk's going to show back up at this point. And I know this is not everybody's favorite opinion. If he hasn't been fired by now, or he hasn't been released yet, right? Or he has not been let go yet by the company, right? If he hasn't been let go or released yet, I have a sinking feeling he's coming back. I'm happy about it nonetheless because they need him. They need him somewhat if Kenny Omega and the Bucks are going to go out the door. They're going to need him. They're going to need farm system talent at this point. They got to start building their farm system talent just in case Kenny and the Bucks do walk out. And you lose vital talent like Eddie Kingston. But what has Eddie Kingston done for me lately? That's the thing. If AEW loses Eddie Kingston, I'm not going to sweat my ass on that. Because what has Eddie Kingston done for me lately? You know what I mean? Except cause problems in the locker room, get in fights. What has he done for me lately, Yeah. And Eddie Kingston is coming to the end of his prime, where he's going to be 41, 40, 39 in that and he hasn't done anything. He keeps talking about championships. So what
and he
has he
keeps
done?
getting opportunities, but not getting them.
Right.
He's not over enough with the crowd, whether he's a heel or a face, to be able to put a title around him because he just won't sell enough tickets.
So let's get into the show tonight. We're trying to keep this a quick review. We're going to try to keep this a buck with you guys here on the Slam Zone and my channel here. We're going to talk about the opening match, Big Bill versus Orange Cassidy. And Orange Cassidy did win this match with an orange punch. It looked like for a moment there they were going to give Big Bill this championship. I think he needs the championship.
I thought it was his moment,
Right.
I felt like them opening up the show like that and everything, that it was his moment.
And 2 choke slams by Big Bill, those were devastating. No joke, devastating. I really thought that they were going to really, really.
And I'm sorry, but Cassidy took way too long to get up on that top rope. So that was an oversell on the orange punch from the top rope.
Right.
Big Bill, he had plenty enough time to recover from that first punch. He was just staggering. He would have been fine. He could have caught him, choke slammed him, powerbombed him, whatever the hell, and it could have been a win. I don't know why they didn't go that route. And
Dan Danhausen helped him there. Danhausen,
and then they took and put Danhausen and Orange Cassidy in the Battle Royal later on in the night and had him win it. I mean,
I think they wrote off the Best Friends, so because the Best Friends were scheduled for that, and they needed to have that. And I get what they were trying to do. They were trying to fill in like they do New Day sometimes, where one's out and they try to put the other one in, or what they're doing now with the Bloodline for storyline reasons. So it's all kayfabe storyline for what's going to come up with Double J and Jay Lethal and all that. So I get that. This match wasn't a throwaway match to me. The Atlantic Championship is just whatever's to me at this point. It's not prestigious. Why should I care? You're opening a match right after having millions of people watching The Big Bang. The Big Bang Theory gets more views than AEW does. And I would want to have my TNT Championship belt more than I would want my All Atlantic Championship or Trios Championship match going on first to give you that buzz. I didn't feel that buzz at the very beginning with Orange Cassidy. Orange Cassidy was great at first. I was hyped for him. He's kind of losing his luster with me, personally. It's just not, I'm not feeling it anymore. Danhausen, I'm not feeling anymore. The whole I curse you is cool and all, but what has Danhausen done for me lately outside of selling merchandise? What has he done lately? They're not putting him in prominent storylines. So what are we doing? But anyway, winner was Orange Cassidy. Then we get to the face of the ladder match. Now, this was the match of the night. The face of the ladder match, Revolution ladder match. Who's gonna face Samoa Joe after the pay-per-view on Dynamite, the Fallout show. Honestly, I gotta give it to Sammy Guevara here. Sammy Guevara did some shit tonight. This is what he's known for. Off ladders. Sammy Guevara can show up when he wants to show up, when he wants to put an effort into it. And Sammy Guevara, at first, I thought he was going to win. The way they were making him out to be, he was going to have a third reign with that title, what they were looking like, that push. But then it turned out to be Power Hobbs won it. And I get what they're going for. They got to give Powerhouse Hobbs something at this point.
I hate Powerhouse Hobbs. Fuck.
They got to give him something.
Release him.
I really thought they were going to give it to Kakeshita. You know what I mean? I really thought they were going to give it to Kakeshita for a moment there because they've been pushing him to the moon and back. Like, put him in title matches. I thought they were going to reward him after lose, against these big talents. And they were going to reward him with winning something. But I'm wrong. So my thing is you're bringing him into the AEW to have him lose when he was a really big, prominent feature with Josie Pro Wrestling and New Japan. Just makes no sense to me. You got to push this guy. This guy's really good for you. He could be your top star, but you're not pushing him enough. It did go to Powerhouse Hobbs. Sammy Guevara did dove in onto Action Andrade with a Swanton bomb on the ladder. Kadeshita stopped from getting a win and then Hobbs dropped Kadeshita to win the brass ring to be the Revolution ladder match winner, the face of the Resolution, which is pretty much their version of Money in the Bank at this point. I wish they would let Powerhouse Hobbs hold it than going into a go home show. You know what I mean? Or after the fact, like they hold it like a Money in the Bank type deal, and he can go face whatever champion he wants. I don't understand why they're making this into you just got to go face who you want to face. They could turn this into a Money in the Bank if they wanted to, in a way where it's a contract for whatever championship that he desires. You know, but I get what they're doing here. Powerhouse Hobbs, I'm not a big fan. I'm with you. Not about the releasing part. I just not a big fan. Like, where has he been in 2 months? Where is it? The Book of Hobbs. That's all they did, and it's fell flat. So that's just my personal opinion. AR Fox is great talent. So if you guys didn't know, during the television show, first episode of Ring of Honor is airing tomorrow, I think it is. So I'll be watching that to see how the production quality is, how everything's going to work going on Honor Club or whatever it is. So we'll see tomorrow how it goes. So next match of the night, we got Chris Jericho and Peter Avalon from last week where Jericho laid him out. Again, this was a quick match. Jericho beating him up to a bloody pulp and pretty much 1, 2, 3 at this point. This was a throwaway match. This is a match where you just go to the bathroom. Avalon, like, no joke, he's changed his character. He's impressed me on Dark and into this. But I don't know why they have him become a jobber on Dynamite when he does really well on Dark. I don't get that. They've changed his character. He looks really good. He's not doing the whole librarian thing anymore. Fatal, what did you think of the match?
It was good. I mean, it had some good high points, low points. But yeah, it was good.
Ricky Starks came out and pretty much tried to save Peter Avalon to get jumped and mugged. And
I like it. I like the Ricky Starks angle though with Jericho. So I think that's probably pretty entertaining for the night.
I agree with that. Now, this is where I don't understand where AEW does. We have a throwaway championship, which is virtually the 24/7 champion, called the FTW belt. Hook needs a better championship. Hook is great shit. It's just, unfortunately, why do we have him going against Matt Hardy? Why, in the pardon my language, why are we having him go against Matt Hardy? Matt Hardy deserves better. And I don't want to keep seeing Matt Hardy fighting these throwaway matches, man. He's better than that. Tony, what are we doing? This is where Tony Khan got Booker of the Year, okay? They gave him Book of the Year this year, last year into this year. Let me tell you something. It ain't Booker of the quality of the year when you're booking Matt Hardy in throwaway matches. Seriously. You're going to get me to go on one if you keep booking this way. This ain't Booker of the Year. Right now, I'd rather take what Triple H is doing right now compared to a Tony Khan in certain moments, and this is one of them. The FTW Championship, get it out of AEW. That is a championship that should be on Ring of Honor every week. If that's what you're going to do, put it on Ring of Honor and make it a throwaway belt. Do not put it on your A shows. Do not do that. Get it off of Hook. Put Hook as a All-Atlantic champion. Make that belt prestigious. Stop this bullshit. Tony Khan, that's to you. The FTW belt is awful. It's been an awful belt since the deception. It's been gross. It's literally a 24/7 belt. And if you're not going to put it on anybody else, get it off television. It is garbage. Or make some call it I don't care. Call it an AEW. Change the belt name. Personally, redesign it. And call it the AEW Pure Championship. And make Hook your first inaugural champion. I don't care. But the belt is trash. And to have Hook have this, just because it's his dad's championship, is gross. Every week I see him with that belt, I'm just like, this guy could be TNT champion. This guy could be Atlantic champion. This guy could be driving your pillar over Orange Cassidy right now.
Yeah, why is he not beating Orange Cassidy? You know, he's probably a little bit more over than Cassidy is right now.
Yes. And he's better. He's a better wrestler. Yes, he does 4 moves of doom, but yes, when you watch his match, it's believable. It's not a carny act.
He looks like a cage fighter.
Yes. Yes, and maybe
he looks like a mini Brock Lesnar. What Hornswoggle was to Finley.
I could see that, and also get rid of the trunks off of him. Give him some like jeans or something.
No, that's what gives him the whole Brock Lesnar-esque look, you know.
True, but Hook did win this one. He pretty much gave a red realm to Matt Hardy, and Matt Hardy didn't even blink and just said, "I'm done." Like Matt Hardy at 40 something years old, 46, almost 50. He's literally like, "Yeah, I'm getting into submission. I'm fucking done. Yep. I'm good. I'm I'm tagging out. Yep. That's it." So yeah, honestly, I love Matt Hardy, but this is not the way you book Matt Hardy, and this is not the way you do it. And the whole he and the firm thing. What are we doing? Here's the thing: what they should do. Okay, and I'm gonna give my personal opinion. I know this is gonna be a little bit past our quick review thing, but the moguls. Why didn't you put Private Party with Swerve and get rid of these 2 big dudes that I don't know who they are. I know they were on Dark, but I have no idea who they are. Put Private Party there. And maybe Matt Hardy. Turn Matt Hardy. I'm not kidding you. Turn Matt Hardy into Big Money Matt. Into an aggressor like he was in Impact. There's your moguls. What Swerve is doing, I'm sorry, but it's garbage. And
well, they did the Big Money Matt angle in AEW already, and the crowd didn't really like it.
Well, he didn't. You know what I mean. They didn't do it right. And the thing is, with moguls, they could do something really well with Matt Hardy, like a ruthless aggression. Matt Hardy could turn it on when he wants to turn it on. The problem is the booking is bad for him. Anyway, Hook won that match. Personal opinion, ladies and gentlemen, of me. Tony Storm.
I got one little personal opinion going back to the whole Eddie Kingston thing. Look, Eddie, you need to calm down, stay in your lane, and just be happy to be there, because at the end of the day, you've pushed titles, you've this and that, you haven't been able to put over a crowd, whether you're a heel or a babyface, not enough to put a big title around you like the AEW Championship. You just don't sell enough tickets, my guy. I'm sorry.
No, and I don't think Tony Khan has faith in him. I don't think Tony Khan has faith in him.
There's no faith to have. He's a mid-card player, and he's always going to be a mid-card player. You can put him in main events, but it's going to have to be for particular storylines.
That's you're right with that, and I've said that for a minute about him too. Another one is Tony Storm versus Riho. Now, I like Riho. Riho's great shit. This whole Tony Storm and Saraya, whatever, is just horrendously bad.
It's the makings of a Riot Squad 2.0, and it's just taking longer to build up to, so it doesn't look like they just formed a Riot Squad again, with different players involved.
Now,
instead of Liv, now we got Tony,
If Tony, so here's the thing about Tony Khan, and this is where the booking I think falls flat, and this is why I don't think he's Booker of the Year. When your women's division is not up in the same level as an MJF and what we saw tonight, MJF and a Danielson, you got problems. Your women's division needs to be on the same level as the men's division. If you're going to sell to me as a person, you're going to sell these 2 divisions as they are the same, they're equals. The women need to shine as much as the men need to shine. You have to have that prominent storyline. I'm into women's wrestling as much as I am men's wrestling. Take notes from your partners. Tony Khan, watch a New Japan match, please. For the love of that's all holy. Watch a women's match in New Japan Pro Wrestling. This is what you need to be doing. You need to be
to feed off of your point a little bit there. I mean, this is pretty much their biggest go-home show of the week. Rampage is being taped probably right now as we speak.
Right.
And going to be shown on Friday. Where was Jade tonight on live
Right.
television?
Right. Where's that belt being defended?
Right. And even just a promo saying, "Hey, this is who I'm facing on at Revolution." You got a big money pay-per-view coming up. You're about to try to fill a brand new Chase Stadium. Like, you got to sell these matches a little bit better.
Yes. And I agree. Going into this, they got to do better. And the thing is, why are we having Keith Lee, Dustin Rhodes, now we're calling him Dusty? Why are we having them on if this feud's a blood feud, as they're saying it is? Why is this not in a pre-show match?
Yeah.
Why is this not in a pre-show kickoff show, 0 hour, as they call it,
YouTube?
On YouTube, getting us hyped for the actual pay-per-view.
Yeah,
that's what I was telling you.
In 0 hour, like sometimes they get upwards of 250 to 300,000 viewers. All those viewers will carry over if you actually make it interesting. You promoted it the right way. Like they do these little 10-second graphics in between matches and whatever. That shit worked back in the 90s and the 2000s, back when JR was helping produce Raw, but they don't work that often anymore. They work here and there, yes, but you still have to book your matches better.
Right. Another thing I want to make this very clear. This is where AEW needs to get better on the rest of this year. What they need to do is they go 10 steps forward, right? And then they do these excellent ending segments, right? Where Danielson's like, F you this, and we're going, whoa, wow, this is amazing. You need to follow that through from the beginning, middle, and end. I feel sometimes Tony Khan just goes along and coasts sometimes. And if there is really a war between AEW and WWE, and I know the whole tribalism when it comes to all this stuff, what side you're on, I just like wrestling. If Tony Khan's going to sit here and media script, oh, there's no war, but there is a war, then you guys really need to start booking better and have better decision-making when it comes to things. The Ass Boys, where were the Ass Boys tonight? The Ass Boys were somewhat involved in a tag team kind of fuckery, messed up. Like, no, I want them on a mic. I want them on a mic saying what they're going to do at Revolution. Thanks for the, at Revolution and stuff like that. But that's just my personal opinion. Honestly, Riho did win the match after the fact. Saraya, Ruby Soho, and Paige all got an altercation at the end. It is what it is. At the end of the day, Britt Baker, it looks like they're setting up for something for Double or Nothing more than a Revolution. I think Revolution is going to be more of their... Revolution looks to be more like the Royal Rumble. And then Double or Nothing's their big WrestleMania. I think what they're going for. And then All Out is technically their SummerSlam. What I think they're going for.
I think that's basically what it is. That's their big four,
And then we had the vignette hype for the...
We gotta think about Forbidden Door too.
Forbidden Door as well too. Danhausen and Orange Cassidy won this tag team match, I think. The Guns, everybody joined in, like I said, the Blackfoot Combat Cub, all this, and then Orange Cassidy and Danhausen for the last spot at that tag team, whatever we're calling it, elimination match for the tag team belts. It's honestly, I'm going to be real with you guys over the weekend. You're going to see it's going to be the Acclaim versus the Ass Boys at the end. And the Acclaim will probably win it back. It just looks like it looks like Tony Khan likes to flip titles more than he can count. And it looks like to me that they're going to go the way of Wardlow winning that belt. And that's just my personal opinion there. That's the way it looks like on AEW. He does hot potato titles. And for Booker of the Year, they got to do better.
He tries to hot potato him to make him fresh, to keep him fresh on the same person. But yeah, it's not really working that well when you're butchering that with Orange Cassidy.
So, Danielson, John Moxley, I'm out of order here. cut a promo. He cut the best promo that I've seen in a while about him and Adam Page going at each other. One's a warrior over the other one being small fries, and then Adam Page came out and cut his promo. This match is going to be a banger. We all know what's happening with this match. They're going to both be bloody. It's going to be a great match. It's already souping up to be that. That was the two promos of tonight.
And then, oh boy, I just got to talk about the personal promo of the night. I mean, I don't know if we even call it a promo anymore. This is just like a personal, like, vendetta feud between these two. Like, when they get on the microphones to each other, they are just brutal. They try to tear each other apart. And I'm talking about Danielson and MJF.
Oh,
like, these two guys, they have a literal hatred for each other, and it makes for great television. Don't get me wrong. I fucking love it. Like, this is good stuff.
The FU on Fightful, not Fightful, on Fight app, because I was watching on the Fight app. They don't block any cursing. So Danielson just goes, F you, MJF. Like, just flat out, F you. And Fatal was like reading the lips, and I'm like, yeah, that's what he actually said. Huh. And I was like, damn. Like
he wasn't playing.
Like, he didn't even give MJF any time to speak. There was no time to speak.
Their feuds have been like that for the past couple weeks, and I mean, I can't wait to see this match.
Now,
I think that's going to be the showstopper right there. That's going to be the show stealer.
Now, I'm going to make a prediction here. I'm going to make a prediction, and this is a wild prediction, and I'm probably going to be far wrong, so don't take me serious. Anybody that watches this, don't take me serious. I think MJF wins this because they got to keep the belt on him, or they give Daniel Bryan it. Okay, great, Danielson. But what happens right behind it, I think you see CM Punk come right behind it. And I think you relaunch that feud with MJF again because it's best for business. I think that's what they're going for. I think that's what they're going to be relaunching. If they bring CM Punk in, that would be his first feud. And then Danielson, if he has the belt in his hand and he does win the belt, then you can have him go on and do a million other things, which is fine by me either way, because MJF has been a little bit of abysmal with the belt.
You dropped the best for business and bringing back CM Punk at the end of the show to feud with MJF.
Why not? Ooh. Why not? Why not? You have him do the same thing he did to MJF. All right, what MJF did to CM Punk, coming out with the mask. You have him come in at the end. You have him stare him down and say, "You're next." Yeah. Or you have CM Punk's got to show up somewhere. He is ready to go. He's chomping at the bit. He's been on Twitter chomping at the bit. You either have him show up from here to Double or Nothing. Now, here's the thing, and I'm going to say this one last time, as I said in the video. Where do you have CM Punk? Where do you do with CM Punk? My opinion is my opinion. I think if you want to please FTR and keep them on the books, not going back to WWE, you put them in a prominent storyline. Here's what you do. You bring them both back in. You relaunch that feud between the Elite, CM Punk, FTR. And what you do is you have them beat the House of Black. You turn it into a two-way between both of them for the Trios Championship. Makes money. It makes great business. But here's the $1 million question. FTR said they were out into April. What happens if Tony Khan turns around and convinces them with extra money to come back and do this? And maybe extend them to stay and give them what they want. That I know I'm fully out in left field with that one, but I think it would be best for business for Double or Nothing to have that feud. But my question is, does Kenny and the Bucks and Punk did say on Twitter he's willing to sit down. So my question is, do they sit down and they talk this out and they make it best for business and make a lot of money? Or do you relaunch a feud with MJF and CM Punk to start CM Punk coming back? Because CM Punk is jacked right now. He looks the best shape of his life. And CM Punk, does he retire or does he come back? I think he comes back. There's no way he says no to $6 million a year that he's getting right now. And he signed for, I believe for what I was reading, he was signed for 4 years with AEW for $6 million a piece. a year. Highly doubt that he says no. And here's the other thing. Maybe Fatal agrees or not agree with me. Why haven't they not released him by now? It just boggles my mind. If he did all this shit, as everybody's saying, and now with Kenny Omega coming out and all them saying, well, it was totally different, then that tells me that this has been squashed for a while and they know he's coming back. And you got Chris Jericho now backing down. So does CM Punk come back or does he retire?
Maybe they had a bad case of they just had too many big names, and maybe this is just another sign that, the elite's on their way out and on their way to Titanland.
Or maybe they holded CM Punk back for a while to calm the shit down, and maybe calmer heads prevail because everybody's now had calmer heads. If you listen to Kenny Omega in the oral session, right? Technically, he said, we made mistakes. We're not perfect. I should have handled it differently. So it seems to me like we're brewing down, and it seems like Kenny's expecting CM Punk to come back. And maybe they need to sit, maybe they're having, we don't know all the stuff. We're not backstage. So maybe they're sitting back down and maybe they're having these conversations in private. You never know. They're probably sitting in private and talking about this. If he comes back, how are we going to handle this going forward?
It's all possible.
Anyway, we're going to know at Revolution what happens. Revolution's going to look interesting. Now, the other one is the big rumor everybody's talking about is Mercedes Moné. Does she show up at that? I don't know. I've been wrong before. I said she was going to show up at the LA show. I was wrong. I said that I'm admitting this now. I was wrong. You guys are still watching those videos, thinking she's coming. It depends what Sasha wants to do, or, Mercedes, what she wants to do and how much money she's wanting to make.
From all the reports and rumors that I've been seeing, because I've been seeing kind of the similar things that you've been seeing, but from what I've been seeing, it's going to be like the Forbidden Door promo. That's going to be the initiator,
Right.
Is her coming over and either getting in the face of Jade Cargill or getting in the face of the AEW Women's World Champion.
Now, one last thing I'll say before we wrap up this review. I will say, literally, if she does show up, it will literally be sometime from now to Forbidden Door.
Yeah. I don't think it's going to be Revolution. I think it's going to be... What's their next big pay-per-view?
Double or Nothing.
And that's in...
That's 2 months from now. It's going to be like...
They're probably going to run a pay-per-view in between now and then. It'll probably be Forbidden Door. They'll probably have
Forbidden Door's in June, so Forbidden Door's in June.
Yeah.
And in May, 23rd. It's Double or Nothing. So May is Double or Nothing. Memorial Day weekend, sorry. Memorial Day weekend is Double or Nothing, and then we have the Queen of the Ring and King of the Ring happening at the same time. So let me tell you guys this going forward. Fatal are going to be swimming in wrestling, because what's going to happen is WWE is planning on running at the same day, at the same time, Queen of the Ring and King of the Ring. So it's going to be very hard for us to review everything all at once. So I'm just giving you guys that warning head in advance that we may have to do 2 separate watch-alongs between him and I, and we're going to have to, figure it out, because if they're going on at the same time, it's going to be really hard. So we may have to watch one and then watch one back in recording and then do 2 separate reviews, because it's going to be very, very hard to pick and choose which one we're going to watch. I'm more fascinated what WWE is going to do at this point with King of the Ring and Queen of the Ring, because that's a lot of hours of watching, especially if they're going to have so many matches and then they're going to crown somebody. So anyway, thank you guys for watching. I will see you guys on the next one. We will see you on the next one. If you're on my channel, I'll see you on the next one. Guys, all the links to everything will be down below, to the news that we were talking about, everything. I think this kind of just squashed my video that I was going to do anyway for SlamZoneSports. Kind of just slammed it because we talked about it here. So tomorrow we'll come up with something for content. If we see anything that's interesting, we'll let you guys know. We're here to inform you guys, let you guys know what's going on all channels, all sides.
And there's a large percentage of you guys that are watching and just not hitting that subscribe button. So please, it's free. Hit the subscribe button, leave a like. It really helps.
Help out Slam Zone Sports. Helps out. Come out and check out Slam Zone Gaming, Slam Zone Sports. Any projects that I'm doing, Fatal's doing, come check us out. It helps us out big time.
Keep leaving comments. Like, I like going in and reading them. I've been reading them, and I've been leaving likes on your guys' comments. I like reading them, so keep leaving them. Keep hitting the subscribe. And yeah, we like seeing that stuff.
So the rest of this week, I'm gonna do a late review on NXT for sure. Impact tomorrow I'll be watching because that's their fallout from Surrender. Sorry I didn't do a Surrender video. I just got really busy. And yeah, Rampage, SmackDown as always, and then we're back on Raw. Raw I didn't review this week with Fatal because there was really nothing important about Raw. Raw would have just been a terrible negative. For me, it would have been really negative because I was really not happy with the almost Brock Lesnar thing.
Next week's Raw will be a little bit better because we're in Boston. John Cena is supposed to be there. Yeah. And we're supposed to figure out the plan for John Cena for WrestleMania. So
if the show is really bad, I won't sit here and review it. And I'll be honest with you guys because it's negative. I'll be completely negative the whole time. And that whole announcement with Brock Lesnar, I just lost my mind. I was like, is Vince running the show now? Here we go. Anyway, thank you guys for stopping in. I will see you guys on the next one. Peace.